All right.
I think we're all set, Mayor.
Everybody's here. Everybody's ready. Good morning. Welcome to our August 18th, 2022 Transportation Committee meeting. And on the screen, Mr. Clemens has our housekeeping items. Well, they were there. And raise your hand or visually raise your hand. The meeting's being recorded. And votes will all be roll call votes. Did I leave anything out?
You got it.
Okay, good. Did we do we generally do introductions at this committee meeting or not?
We've been doing a roll call. Of
Go ahead.
those in attendance. I'll run through the list.
When you are ready, sir.
All right, I'll start with the municipalities. Stephanie Hannon, Bannockburn.
Here.
Mark Huber, Beach Park.
Good morning, present.
Darren Monaco, Buffalo Grove.
Good morning.
Erica Frable, Hawthorne Woods.
Lake Forest.
Byron, Lake Forest.
Here.
Mike Brown, Lake Zurich.
Morning, present.
Shane Schneider, Lake County DOT.
Good morning.
The data quality.
Kevin Carrier, Lake County DOT.
Good morning, present.
Joe Serdam, Lake County DOT.
Good morning.
Jeff Hansen, Lake Bluff.
Here.
Fred Chung, Libertyville.
Good morning, present.
Marty Neal, Libertyville Township.
Good morning.
Clay Johnson, Lindenhurst.
Here.
Mayor Jacob, Long Grove. Bob Miller, North Chicago.
Good morning, here.
Steve Shields, Round Lake.
Present.
Dave Brown, Vernon Hills.
Good morning, present.
Mayor Rybeck from Wadsworth.
Present.
Thomas Milliard, Waukegan.
Here.
Ray Roberts, Zion.
Here.
Did I miss any municipal folks? All right, moving on, we have Kama Dobbs from CMAL.
Morning.
Katie Hurtis from IDOT.
Good morning.
Kelsey Passy from the Tollway. Rick Mack from Metra.
Good morning.
Caitlin from Metra.
Hi, good morning.
Ed Gallagher, Pace.
Morning.
Anthony Safali, RTA.
Good morning.
And let's see, Jeff Hosa,
I'm here.
John Vanna,
Morning, Mike here.
Kristen Kalatowski. Ben Metzler.
Here.
Julie Roberts. Dave Westergreen.
Here.
Akram Chaudhry.
Good morning.
Did I miss anyone? All right, we do have a quorum.
All right, good. Thank you for that. The first item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes of the June 23rd meeting. And I will entertain a motion to approve those minutes as presented.
Motion, Lake Zurich.
Second, Beach Park.
Okay, we have a motion by Lake Zurich, second by Beach Park. Are there any questions on the motion? Any questions on the minutes? Hearing none. Mr. Clemens,
All right,
call the roll.
Bannockburn,
Hi.
Beach Park,
Aye.
Buffalo Grove,
Aye.
Hawthorne Woods, Lake Forest,
Yes.
Lake Zurich, Lake County DOT,
Aye.
Lake Bluff,
Yes.
Libertyville,
Aye.
Libertyville Township Highway,
Aye.
Lindenhurst,
Yes.
Long Grove,
Aye.
North Chicago,
Yes.
Round Lake,
Aye.
Vernon Hills,
Aye.
Wadsworth,
Aye.
Waukegan,
Aye.
and Zion.
Aye.
All right, sounds like all ayes. That motion carries. We'll get right into agency reports. Our first report is the IDOT Bureau of Programming Report, and Katie is on the call with us. Good morning, Miss Katie.
Good morning. So the multi-year highway improvement plan was released on August 12th, finally. This program includes $24.6 billion in fiscal year 23 through 28 and 18.82 billion is going to be used for improving and maintaining the state highway system. So District 1 consists of 2,715 miles of highway, 1,454 bridges, and supports 6.3 million miles of travel daily. So approximately 6.1 billion will be provided during FY 23 through 28 for improving the state system in District 1. 421 million of that will be used to improve the state system in Lake County. Now that's just for construction. That's not including our engineering for our projects in Lake County or the 22 carryovers, because that hasn't been complete yet. So I can get you the full number at the next meeting. So along with our funded Rebuild Illinois projects that are continuing along in the program, we've also added US 45 from 132 to Washington and add lanes. It's fully funded. And the intersection reconstruction at US 45 and Buffalo Grove Road. The rest of the projects were added to the council sheets, which I didn't have much time to do them. So I'm going to tweak them a little bit and send them back so you guys can all have a better copy next week. So construction is moving along, and other than that, I mean, that's a quick overview of the program. If there's any questions about anything in the program, please let me know. I can always be reached at my phone or email.
That sounds great. There's a lot of projects underway. It's nice to see so much activity.
Yes, and a lot of pavement preservation is going on too, which is good.
It is. It is good. That's great. Okay. Any questions for Katie on her report? Or better yet, as she suggested, give her a phone call or send an email if you have them, if it gets into details, and she can provide all those. Otherwise, we will certainly surely look forward to next week to for the update.
Can you please put her email back up?
Sure, Mike can do that.
I think it's on the first page.
I was going to say, there it is. All right, you've taken a picture of that and you're good. All right. Thank you. All right, next, we will not have a report from Alex today for Bureau of Local Roads and Streets. He didn't have anything to update. I think everything is in progress for him. But the Toll Highway Authority, Kelsey, are you ready with your update?
Yes, I'm ready. Good morning, everyone. Just a few things for an update. The TOLI is joined with IDOT, Illinois State Police, and other state law enforcement agencies to promote speed awareness this summer. The annual public education effort is coordinated by the Illinois Association of Chiefs of Police. It's mostly held in the summer months just to highlight the most fatal crashes where speed is a contributing factor, which occurs between June and September. So national trends indicate more drivers are disregarding speed limits and surrounding traffic conditions. The result is not only more crashes, but also more severe crashes with more injuries and fatalities across the country and in Illinois. So I do have a link that if your community wants to get involved, I'll be sure to send that to Mike. Next are work zones. Just a reminder, whenever possible, the tollway uses traffic shifts and shoulders to keep as many lanes open during peak hours as were available before construction. However, at times, lane closures are necessary to provide a work zone and safely accommodate traffic. So we do have electronic message signs and construction signage in place in advance to alert those drivers the scheduled lane closures, different traffic patterns, and work zone speed limits. Those work zone speed limits are in effect in all construction zones 24/7. It's not just when workers are present. Next, areas where ongoing work zones may impact traffic include I-94. We have roadway, bridge, and ramp repair. We have the work between Half Day Road and Atkinson Road. That work will continue into fall. On 294 between the O'Hare Oasis and 95th Street, we have traffic shifts continuing in both directions with counterflow lanes throughout the central tri-state corridor. And then at I-290 and I-88 interchange and at the 294, closures will be scheduled as needed, and I can update Mike on those as well. And then on I-294, the ramp from eastbound Archer Avenue to southbound I-294 is closed through to 2022, and we do have a detour posted. Lastly, Illinois Route 390 repairs on mainline and ramp bridge structures between Gary Avenue and Lively Boulevard continue throughout the fall. So I'll send Mike over my report. It does have some links. If you're interested in certain projects, it'll give you more information and bring you straight to that project page. With that, that concludes my report, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
That's good to hear. All those projects on the toll highway system being underway and making improvements, and the speed control, unfortunately, seems like folks are in a bigger hurry than ever
Yes.
post-pandemic. And those people that pass us in the left lane, we sometimes wonder what the hurry is. But yeah, the cars tend to tip over and spin when they exceed certain speeds. Any questions for Kelsey on her report? As thorough as it is, there probably are not any.
Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, great. Thank you. All right. Next up is the CMAP report. It says Kama is here with the CMAP report.
I am here. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Just a couple quick highlights this morning. CMAP has launched a new Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act resource webpage to be kind of a single source for background information as well as current and upcoming funding opportunities. We've also announced our new Community Alliance for Regional Equity, or our CARE program. This is a program really designed to strengthen community collaboration and improve our investment processes. So the CARE program is open to community-based organizations throughout the region. And really, we're specifically targeting organizations that represent traditionally marginalized groups, specifically those that have been marginalized in the transportation decision-making process. So 12 groups throughout the region will be selected and will each receive a $10,000 honorarium for their participation in this resource group. So finally, updates to the community data snapshots that summarize demographics, housing, employment, transportation habits, and other key details for every community in the region are now available. So those were updated about 2 weeks ago with the latest American Community Survey data, as well as some updates on employment and tax-based tables. So the last thing was just a reminder that there's a number of both state and federal funding programs that are currently accepting applications. That includes IDOT's Transportation Enhancement Program, or the ITEP program. Those applications, which can fund bike ped, landscaping, other projects that enhance our transportation system are due on September 30th, so about 6 weeks left to get those complete. A second webinar will be held next Wednesday, the 24th. That webinar will walk through the application process. That's hosted by the Active Transportation Alliance, but IDOT staff will also be at that webinar to answer application-specific questions. So if you're considering applying for an ITEP grant, I would suggest that if you can attend that webinar, it will be recorded and posted both on IDOT's website and the Active Transportation Alliance website as well. So that was all I had this morning to report. I'm happy to answer any questions about CMAP business or the weather where I'm at. I don't know.
Well, the weather where we are at is delightful, so I hope it's the same over there by you.
It is.
Any questions for Kama?
Could we get a email blast of the training next week out to the committee? Is that possible?
Yes, absolutely. I'll include Katie Hurtis's report and the tollway report and summarize it all in an email later today.
Thanks, Mike.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Another example of government efficiency. Thank you. All right. Says the RTA report is next. Is Anthony with us?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. Anthony Safali here with the RTA. Just very briefly, the RTA is currently engaged in a strategic planning process. We wrapped up the working group portion of this, and we anticipate a draft will be out for comment in the fall. So expect to hear more from me on this topic in the coming months. We're going to be seeking feedback. So just wanted to drop by and say that, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Great. Thank you for that. Any questions for Anthony on RTA? All right, good. Thank you for that. Next, it says we have a Metro report by Rick Mack, but I don't think Rick is with us.
Yes, I am. Good morning, Mayor.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Mack. Thanks for being here.
You're welcome. Good to see you. Okay, the Metro Board of Directors at its meeting yesterday approved the first of its kind plan to convert up to 6 of Metro's oldest diesel locomotives to zero emissions. Yeah, thanks, Mike, for putting that up. I just sent this out yesterday. So anyway, this will be a zero emission battery powered. This procurement puts Metro on the cutting edge of battery powered technology and demonstrates our commitment to innovation and clean energy. Said our executive director, Jim Dewinski, if these locomotives prove themselves, they could play a significant role in our fleet and in our future, and the concept could serve as a template for other railroads to follow. The contract with Progressive Rail calls for the base order of 3 locomotives with options for 3 more. The total cost for all 6 locomotives conversions, which will be performed in Patterson, Georgia, is 34.6 million. Completion of the base order is expected to take about 3.5 years. So again, let me know if you have any questions, but Mike, I see you did put the news release out there. I appreciate that. Next topic is ridership. Metro ridership at this time is at approximately 47% of our pre-pandemic levels. That's on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. On Mondays and Fridays, that drops to by about 10%, puts it at about 37% ridership. And again, with in the summer, typically even prior to the pandemic, Metro ridership would drop because with the kids being out of school, summer vacations, that definitely impacts our ridership. So we're hopeful that with the kids going back to school, summer vacations being over, that more people will be going back to the office. And so we'll be again watching that. Okay, I'm glad to answer any questions.
Who wants to ask Rick how many batteries they need in that locomotive? That's quite an undertaking to.
It sure is, and that's yet to be determined. I think some of this is going to be, we're going to be building this as we move forward. We're glad to be on the front edge of this to see how this is going to work. We're going to try it on our Rock Island line first because that is our shortest overall line. Again, the charging stations will determine that over the next 3.5 years. The locomotives first need to be produced More than likely, though, we expect charging stations will be at the outlying yards. Any of our facilities where we park our trains makes the most sense. And then the time to recharge them, that is yet to be determined. So again, this is going to be work in progress, but we're definitely committed to moving forward with this.
Yeah, how else would you do it but a work in progress, because it's never been done before.
Exactly.
So yeah, congrats on that whole concept. Good.
Yeah, thank you.
Any other questions for Rick? All right, good. Thank you for that. Lastly, Mr. Gallagher is anxiously awaiting to give us a PACE report.
Thank you so much, Mayor. Ed Gallagher here with Pace Suburban Bus. Wanted to give a quick ridership update. Pace fixed route ridership across the region continues to see growth in riders returning to the system compared to this time last year. Ridership at our North Division here in Waukegan is at 58% compared to it this time in 2019, so prior to the pandemic. But when we compared that to this time last year, North's ridership has grown 23% over last year. So we're continuing to see great growth here in our North Division. Wanted to share that earlier this week, Pace announced that we're joining the CTA and joining the Students Ride Free Monday, August 22nd. Pace is providing free bus, on-demand, ADA paratransit rides to all Chicago and suburban elementary and high school students, as well as an accompanying adult on Monday, August 22nd, which is the first day for school in most of our local schools. I know a lot of Lake County schools have already gone back, so could just be a nice opportunity to get to and from school for free next Monday. CTA and Metro are also offering free rides to students and their accompanying adults on that same day, so they can have a guardian with them for free. Students are not riding alone. They do not need to tap their Venture card on the bus. I believe our drivers will be recommending to students that they don't have to tap as well. But this isn't the only day that they can use Pace Suburban Bus to get to and from school safely and affordably. For the rest of the school year, students can get a discount ride by buying the Pace 30-day reduced fare pass for $30. It's unlimited rides all day, every day, regardless of the trip purpose, without school hour restrictions for 30 days. They can also pay the transit value with their student Venture card for a reduced fare of $1. And transfers costing 20 cents, paying $1.10 if you're using cash. Always recommend using Venture, so then you can save that 10 cents. And then students interested in getting a student Venture card can find details at our website, pacebus.com. A lot of schools in the area might also distribute student Venture cards, usually at the beginning of the year. And last but not least, Pace Suburban Bus is, we're looking to hire new drivers. We, are impacted by the driver shortage. So we're looking to hire operators and mechanics at our Waukegan garage. There continues to be that nationwide driver shortage. Recruitment continues to be one of our top priorities for the year. If there are any opportunities for Pace to promote our great career opportunities here, please let me know. Feel free to reach out. Or I can make sure that Mike has my contact information so that gets shared. I'm doing my best to get to every job fair and every community event in the area. So thank you again. And any questions?
Sounds great. Any questions for Ed? Hearing none. All right, thank you. That $30 pass. I remember watching $30 roll by in the gas pump last time I gassed up the Ford, and it didn't last for a month. So good value. All right, Mr. Clemens. We are going to talk about the current Lake STP program next. Except your microphone is still off, Mike.
Apologies.
Okay,
I think after 2.5 years, I'd have it down, but
Yeah.
we all have to have a meeting where we talk with our mics muted. So we're winding down federal fiscal year 2022. We got about 6 weeks left. September 30th ends the federal fiscal year. We are in really good shape for our federal fiscal year 2022 program. We have all projects have been authorized by FHWA with 2 exceptions. Highland Park's Phase 2 agreements for Green Bay Road. Agreements were submitted about 4 months ago, so those have maybe even longer than that now. So those are in progress, and then we also have a cost increase for Highland Park's Clavey Road, and those agreements have also been in for several months. So everything else, both in our regular STP program and with our COVID relief CRISA funding, those projects have been authorized, including the last couple of projects we had. Round Lake had a resurfacing project, Wild Spring Road and Ameris Drive, and that was authorized just a couple weeks ago. Looking ahead to fiscal year 23, we already have 2 projects that are targeting the November letting that have submitted their funding agreements to IDOT. So we're on track to begin spending our money next year as well. And projects that are recommended in our recommended program have been discussing moving ahead with their projects, because we do have a couple of new projects that are recommended for funding in fiscal year 23, and I've met with those sponsors as well. So so far so good on our SDP program. Once IDOT authorizes those 2 outstanding agreements, we will have spent our money for fiscal year 2022. We did grant extensions to those as part of the active program management policies. But with that, this program is going to be updated based on the new call for projects. We're going to be adding the 2 out years and the recommended program. So, at our next round of meetings, this will go from the fiscal year 21 through 2025 program and become the fiscal year 23 through 2027 program. And we'll add 26 and 27 to the out years and have it updated based on the new call that gets approved. So, with that, we spent all of our money last year. We are on track to spend all of our money this year. All of our construction projects have been authorized. The only things outstanding are the 2 the supplement and the Phase 2 agreement, and both of those agreements have been into IDOT for several months. So from the local and council perspective, we have done what we need to do to spend our money for fiscal year 22. So big thank you to everyone that kept their projects moving, got everything, jumped through all the hoops that the federal process is not easy. We appreciate all the effort, and like I said, we already have 2 sets of agreements in for next year, so we're in good shape for next year already.
Good. And speaking of next year, I guess that leads right into item 5, which is the call for projects.
Yes. So as we discussed in June, we had a recommended program that was released for public comment. That was released 30 days in the month of July 1st to July 31st. We received 1 public comment from Lake Barrington, thanking us for recommending their Pepper Road project, which is recommended for the contingency list. That is the only public comment that was received during our public comment period. We got that email. We did not receive any phone calls or any other emails regarding public comment for the recommended program. So I guess not really any public comment to respond to based on what was submitted in June. So today we are looking for a recommendation that the full council approve the program next week. Next steps after that, once the full council approves the program, these new projects will be entered into CMAP's TIP database and then go through the CMAP committee structure. They'll go to the September CMAP Transportation Committee and then the October joint meeting of the CMAP Board and MPO Policy Committee for final approval. So with that, if there are questions on either the public comment or the recommended program, but we are looking for approval today to recommend that the full council approve the program.
Good. Thank you for that. Any questions for Mike on 5A? Otherwise, we'll move to 5B. As Mike said, we're looking for approval of the current program 2023 through 2027. And I would certainly entertain a motion to.
Motion to approve Vernon Hills.
Second, Bannockburn.
So I have a motion by Vernon Hills, second by Bannockburn to approve that program. Are there any other questions on the motion, comments, suggestions? Hearing none. Mr. Clemens, would you please call the roll?
Yes. Bannockburn,
Aye.
Beach Park,
Aye.
Buffalo Grove,
Aye.
Hawthorne Woods,
Aye.
Lake Forest,
Yes.
Lake Zurich,
Aye.
Lake County DOT,
Aye.
Lake Bluff,
No.
Libertyville,
Aye.
Libertyville Township Highway,
Aye.
Lindenhurst,
Yes.
Long Grove,
Aye.
North Chicago,
Yes.
Round Lake,
Aye.
Vernon Hills,
Yes.
Wadsworth,
Aye.
Waukegan,
Sorry about that. Aye.
and Zion.
Yes.
All right. Sounds like that motion carries. Thank you for that, everyone. Number 6, other business. Mr. Clemens, did we have any other business?
Not too much. The only thing I just wanted to highlight, and Kama mentioned it in her report from CMAP, is that on the CMAP website, right on their homepage, there's a link to the information about the new federal transportation bill, the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act. And on that page, they have a really great breakdown of the open competitive grant programs. There are a number that are open, some closing at various times throughout the fall, some haven't opened yet. But this is a really great resource to kind of see all of those in one spot. Just 2 things that I wanted to point out for the infrastructure program. Bridge funding, the bridge investment program. There is a new pot of bridge money, very similar to the STP bridge program that most of you are familiar with. But rather than applying through IDOT, the new bridge investment program also has a nationwide competitive program that allows for applications directly to US DOT. There's about $2.4 billion a year in that national competitive program. And I believe it's like 1.85 billion of that has had advance appropriations as part of the infrastructure bill, which means that at least 1.85 billion a year has already been appropriated by Congress and is not subject to annual budget negotiations. So only about 600 million of the 2.4 billion is subject to any annual appropriation. So there is a large amount of bridge funding. There'll be annual calls. The small bridge program, which they define small bridges as under $100 million. The small bridge program is taking applications through September 15th. But like I said, there'll be annual calls. So if there are bridges in your community that need repair and are eligible, this is another program to consider for funding. So the last thing I wanted to mention, I got an email earlier this week that Ramesh from Highland Park is going to be leaving Highland Park at the end of this week. He took a new job. And so, I know he was involved with the council for a long time. I worked with him on a lot of projects and just wanted to acknowledge, all his efforts here. I don't believe he's on the call today, but just wanted to publicly say thanks for his support in my time here. And, I know a lot of us have worked with him, so.
Good. Yeah, well said. Thank you for that. All right. Item 7 says public comment. I'm assuming we probably didn't receive an abundance of public comment.
We have not received any public comment.
All right. Item 8 says the next meeting will be October 22nd, 2022 for the Transportation Committee. So we look forward to seeing you then. And is there anything else for the good of the order, Mr. Clemens?
I have nothing else today.
All right. I will certainly entertain a motion to adjourn, please.
October 22nd is a Saturday. Is that right?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I know I'm going out of town that day, so that's the reason I know.
That's right. Yeah, that is a Saturday.
So should it be the 20th?
It should be the 20th.
Okay.
Apologies for that typo.
We
No
stand
problem.
corrected.
Yeah, we don't need to have a Saturday meeting.
No, I'll be on a plane, so.
October 20th.
10:20. All right. All right, we stand corrected. Now we can entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn Bannockburn.
Second Beach Park.
Motion by Bannockburn, second by Beach Park. Any questions on the motion? I can just declare this adjourned, can I not? You don't have to call the
Yes.
roll. All right, thank you, everyone. I'll declare the meeting adjourned and happy Labor Day weekend. Enjoy the rest of the summer. We'll be planning for Halloween at the next meeting.
Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Okay.